What's up, activators? This is your host, Laurentius. Today we are joined by Brendon, Ngola. Yeah.
Greetings to you all activators. This is not another formal interview because we've got a living legend in the studio. I'm talking about the prince who jump-started his career in this studio.
Right here.
It was right here where we were presented.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's none other than Paul the Prince.
Yeah, Paul the Prince, man. Nice to have you here today, comrade.
Yeah, when I got a message, I said UNAM. I said, let me do something.
Yeah, we are
on the couch, you know.
Definitely. So on Activated Talks, we speak to our activators trying to activate something. Of course, everybody would want to have a platform through which they can pass on their legacy to. So this is a platform. Feel free to express yourself in any way you feel comfortable with. Very well. So with that being said, Paul, the Prince, I keep wondering why not the King?
I funny enough, my friends keep saying must change your name because you've done a lot. But no, for me, it's the significance of where the name came from.
Right.
When I started doing music, like 2007, 8, somewhere there, my uncle used to say, the Prince of R&B.
Oh, okay.
Because I love R&B. I heard you playing the song one time just now. So, I grew up on people like Boyz II Men, Michael Jackson, Asher Raymond, B2K, everybody, man. Tyrese, you can name all the R&B artists, like especially from the male section. I started listening to that when CDs were coming out. I got the first 8701 disc from
the CD era.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Wow,
so I'm from back in the day. I used to play music. I used to record music with a tape. And literally and play back, So I've loved music for a long time. So
you go all the way back like that, and you still look like
I'm actually old. Somebody asked me the other day, like, how old are you? I said I was born in '91. And like, damn, no, I'm actually even 31 now. So you see, he used to call me the Prince of R&B. So that's where he came from. So Paul the Prince of It's too long. You just say Paul the Prince, and it just had a nice ring to it. Now why it's DA is because that time it was the texting era. When you had the Nokia 3310 and the Motorola V220 and whatever. So you're not writing full text. You can't be writing the way you type the text now.
Exactly.
So you write, where is that cup? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's the Prince.
The Prince.
Yeah, so it actually means the. Yeah,
I see.
I
see. Activators help you understanding the legend himself, Paul the Prince. To carry on, Paul, could you perhaps maybe just give us a bit of your journey as whatever that you have done, including R&B music?
That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Even when you ask me that question, is when you sit down, you realize how many things you've actually done.
Yeah.
And how I've been fortunate enough to work with amazing people along the journey. And a lot of people like giving the credit to myself, but I say when people believe in you, you don't let them down. Word. So I think from the beginning, that's been the mindset because I came from a place where you had absolutely nothing.
Absolutely not.
I grew up in the hood. People think like, no, this guy's been rich, whatever. No, I grew up in the hood too.
Straight up.
Lusaka, Zambia. Lusaka, Zambia, because my mom was half, but I've never been here. Yeah. So, but growing up, even in school, I used to love music. I would write lyrics for my friends. I'm very good at lyrics for songs. Because even now when I MC, people are like, how you know those songs? You're singing isiZulu, but so I'm very good at lyrics. I would write lyrics for my friends. I'll give you some money for break time. The hustle came a long way. And then I used to do IT because I love IT. So I did a diploma in IT.
Completed?
Yeah, I know, a long time ago. Like this was 2010, I think. Then I did a certificate in filming. But before that, I was on a singing competition in Lusaka on a television station called Movie TV. It was a privately owned TV station. So one day, I saw a thing come up saying we're looking for the next teen star. So my friends are like, you always singing these songs, man. You got that Chris Brown vibe. I used to love Chris Brown's music when he dropped 2005. Run It, Give Me That. So in 2007, I signed up for that. And then I went on to come out a second place at the end, but I did Chris Brown Run It. Because, and I know the story, because I know I asked them for Mario and Icebox, because I dance too. I dance, I break dance. So, I know I do dance, so I started with dancing. Sorry?
Were you still in Zambia?
Yeah, that was at the privately owned station. Okay. So, I was dancing, singing Chris Brown Running, and then people call me Paul Breezy. But then I was like, no, then the rest of your life, you're going to have to convince people that you're not trying to be Chris Brown, and I was not. It's just that they derived that because of the way I performed the song. They said it sounded the same.
Yeah.
You know, you got the moves going. So
Similarities.
yeah. So
Definitely.
in that same year, in 2007, I did what we call International Tutors Day of Broadcasting. It used to happen in December at the time. I know they changed the year now.
Yeah.
Where they give the young people a chance to do like all the programs from news to, for example, Watagwan or whatever, you know. So you do everything as kids. And then I managed to host one of the entertainment shows that were on. And then the one of the managers of the station, like, "You very good, we're going to keep you." And that was my first time actually doing it. I remember talking to myself when going there, like, I can actually do what they're doing. Because I saw it the previous year.
Yeah.
In 2006. Then in 2007, I said, I'm going to do it this year. Because since I did Teen Star, I've been on TV already. Yeah. Comfortable with the field. So I went to present. So I started presenting in 2007.
Very interesting. So you sort of just rock up to these.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, most of these things that you want to do, you have to just talk to yourself and convince yourself that you can do it. And everybody asks me like, "Yo, can you teach me how to be a presenter?" And I don't think there's a formula for it. Yeah. I was in a class with even right here at UNAM, a lot of people, and I don't think.
Believe that. We have an alumni right here.
Yeah. I'm trying to think now how many people are actually presenters, because I think it's just something that you want to do. Like, maybe they do radio here and there, but nobody really does, like, you know. So I think it's something that you decide to do. But so from doing Teen Star and then doing kids programs, I did Z Kids News, I did my IT diploma, I did my filming certificate so I can film. I used to edit as well, the same show I'd present. Wow. I think they challenged us a lot, and I like that. I was put in an environment where you have to sink or swim. Just to say that, so because you have to learn. And that time Final Cut just came out with the Mac. And then at home I used to learn with Fruity Loops 3. And Adobe 1.5. Yeah, so I do everything. I do radio production because I used to learn how to record. And
so you had a lot of things through you.
And that's the thing, when people ask you what do you do, I do too many things. So, and that's because I do what I love to do, you know, and that's what I like. Yeah, so I learned how to use programs, how to edit, how to what, and I was still presenting. And then later on, my father said, "You know what? I think you're good at this media thing, man. Just go study at UNAM." And that was in 2011. And then I was like, Namibia. You know, it's just a place you hear about. In fact, at the time, nobody even talked about Namibia like that.
Nobody.
Yeah, I only had one friend here, her name was Charmaine, actually. Yeah. I think she was in her 3rd year by the time I joined, but at least she gave me an ins and outs. When you come, it's a cool place, it's very small, it's very, you know, Namibia's like so okay.
To get around,
And imagine that, being a person who stays with your family, and then you leave the country, and then you kind of have an idea because you got that heritage. Because my mom speaks Lozi, so you know, you're like, but I've never been there, so it's.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about Namibia now within the media fraternity, as you just have described? What do you think about it? Like
now, I think it's getting better. I mean, it's getting better. Everything does evolve. Although there's still a lot of things that are kind of the same. You know, people still kind of like the same music and everything like that. But I like that the young people are taking over. I mean, look at Yeezer. He just filled up a concert. Shout out to Yeezer. I do speak to him. And coming back to the journey, actually, when I was still at UNAM, I was working in this studio, and we used to always play songs of artists of like who are on campus. Yeah. You know, and I remember one of my favorite mentors and my favorite lecturer of all time, Mr. Ruben Tyson. He always challenged us to, you know, innovate and stuff. So I would do the breakfast show here in the morning. Imagine waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if some stingers or jingles are still here. I actually made a lot of UNAM Radio jingles. Because I was the head of production when I was here. Yeah, imagine I did it in my room. Yeah, I know they probably still here because they probably there. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we've done in the studio. So
definitely,
entertainment has really been going up. I see people doing different things. The video quality. Shout out to Reggie Film. Shout out to you know, Diddy. Shout out to there's a lot of people I can't even mention. Sodo. Yeah, a lot of people are shooting, and I've been blessed enough to meet a lot of these people who are working on these things. Especially my work with NBC.
Paul, you actually came from Zambia to come study media, right?
Yeah.
That means the only way back then to be in the media industry in Namibia, in order for you to be successful, was for you to have qualifications, right? And then
not per se. The funny story is that I started doing Watagwan when I was still a student, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. There were auditions for the Namas. That was 2015, if I'm not mistaken.
Also, they actually didn't ask for any qualifications.
No, they don't ask for me. For auditions, they don't ask you to have a degree. Some of those people are accountants and they've got other jobs. Those people who do the Namas, I don't think there's very few people who say, well, media students. Yeah, so most of them just have different qualifications. And I think the perception from the people outside is that, no, you should study media so that you can become a presenter, but it's not the case. And like I said, presenting is something that you have. I mean, you guys are not graduated yet, but you're still doing it now.
Word.
You know, so there's a lot of people who don't even have that. But I think art is something that you're probably born with, but you can also teach. But the confidence is something that you can't teach. I feel like confidence is something that you have yourself. And confidence is the number one key. I tell people in everything that you're going to do. I've been on some of the biggest stages. I remember I was doing a show on Super Sport, and imagine you're sitting next to Mini Dlamini and Lungile, and you're like, this is just me, young man.
Definitely. So you don't necessarily
need confidence,
need that. You don't necessarily need no qualifications.
Yeah, you don't really need qualifications to do media. Even like some of the radio presenters are probably don't have the degrees and stuff. But you need the skills. What did you learn in media, especially from the ins and outs, is how things work and what is what those faders are. But obviously, like I said, you can teach that. We learned frequencies. Wow. There are a lot of stuff. I think if I remember now what the coursework was, it was English for media studies, we learned entrepreneurship, web design. You know, so the course was very fun.
Yeah, now things are a bit narrow, eh?
Is it?
Yeah, strictly media studies.
Really?
Yeah.
Media and communications.
Honestly, it's changed now, but I think I like our era. Like I said, it was like we used to dabble in a lot of stuff. It was very nice. It was very challenging also. I think I like that UNAM does challenge all the students to have an honors degree. I've noticed like when you go to NAS, you have to do the extra year for the honors. But here, like everybody has to do the honors. So if you're gonna graduate here, you're the honors degree. That means it's a double major. So I did drama as well. I used to do acting, space theater. Yeah, so we used to do acting, dance, movement, theater movement. Then you move there, you go back to Mr. Tyson. Then you go see Professor Fabio. You do something else.
The legend himself.
Yeah, imagine that. So I like that a lot of things are evolving and changing.
You already say that there's no formula to presentation.
Yeah.
But then, there are people out there who actually don't have the connections and the means for them to be big in the entertainment industry as MCs, TV and radio presenters. What tips do you have for those kind of people that actually don't know what to do, but they actually want to be big as you are?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me that question. It's very difficult. And I was told we're going on a different journey, you know. The biggest mistake you make in life is maybe try to compare. You know, a lot of people come and say, I want to be like you. I say, you can't. It's not possible. We've grown up in different backgrounds. We know different things. We experience things differently. We know different people. We can even know the same people, but we can have different skill set. So you can't all be the same. I always tell people, find what you like, run with it, but perfect it. A lot of people want to go up too fast. A lot of people want to reach the top. There's nothing like that. I mean, even if you microwave food, it's not the same as slow cooking it in an oven. And so you can microwave something that's going to get cold now, but in a slow cook, it's going to cook nicely. So I tell people, don't rush into it. Find what you like. Like I said, I was just blessed to know what I liked from back then, and people already recognize it and say, "You good at this." Then you see it yourself, and like, "Oh, so you like this?" You know, you sing songs. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna know how to do this. So if you know that you're good at presenting, hang out with people who present it. Watch other people present. See what they do, but don't try and be them. Just try and add the elements of what they have and see how they move with it. I mean, I remember watching different people like Nick Cannon and even different presenters that you guys wouldn't know because it was back in the day from that side. But I always said I want to add my own flavor, you know, so that when people hear you, even now when I don't see people know that I'm there. Literally, I get a message. I'll be in the club. I'm on the mic, and then someone send a message. I know you're here. I hear your voice. And that's, you see, and that's because people know that that's the identity you've made. But the mistake people make is they want to sound like. Because I got a message the other time saying I hear someone who sounds like you at experience, and I'm like, I'm not even there. So that's not a good thing. Because then people are not going to respect your craft. They would rather book the original. You see, so you should always try and find what you like, find out who you are, work on that, and then you rise to the top. I feel like the right things fall into place if you hang on the right areas.
Believe they're activators. Find out who you are. Find your sweet spot and shine through there. You understand?
Exactly.
So, Powell, man, I just want to find out a little bit. I was just going through your music, we're playing some few of your tunes. I came to realization that there's something that just dropped 8 months ago.
Oh, Papatele.
Yeah,
I recorded that in my house actually. Shout out to Riz. He came with his equipment. We did it in my. I've got another room which I wanted to put a studio. I do voiceover and stuff. So I told him I need an Afrobeat song because we're doing a lot of R&B.
Yeah.
I feel like I wanted something different.
Yeah, I check you even went in a bit of Ushlam, but
Yeah, that's actually the title is. It's just like I cut it in half. So it's like a new Papa Tail. Yeah, so I just cut it out.
Hola. So you can also just go in the language like that.
I learn languages fast.
I see you.
Don't ask me to speak it. I'm gonna got a little something to drink last night.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
Interesting.
All my music is inspired by the instrumental. I don't think I've ever written a song from scratch and then told someone to make a beat. I think I like that creative process. I want to feel what the producer was making, so we come together and make something.
Have something
Even the Make Time song, there's a guy from France who sent me. I went on his page. There's a website called BeatStars. I listened to the song and I'm like, hey, I like this beat. So when I did the song, he actually ended up giving it to me to own fully, because when you go on BeatStars, you're leasing beats. So when you lease a beat, you don't really own it, but you pay to use it. You can monetize it, but you own it for a certain time. So leasing, that's what leasing is. But then he gave me the rights fully because he liked the song. Damn. So when I did the song, he's like, man, this is good. So much so that he gave me another beat. He just sent me a beat last month. So shout out to D-Leaf Beats. He's on a French island. I forgot the name of it, but it's one of those small islands. So but this one was produced by Riz. Lamu. He changes his name so much. I always tell him, bro, you need to keep it consistent. But he works with Spooza and them, so he also does.
Which one is on?
Riz.
Oh.
Yeah, he actually shot my video for Make Time.
Okay.
Yeah, Riz Zimmerman actually. That's his full name, but goes by Lamu now. He's doing like piano songs and hip hop, and he's also very talented. He shoots videos.
Are we expecting a video for that?
I wanted to shoot a video, but shooting a video is very expensive.
Damn.
My goodness, and the economy is a little tough.
So you time like that.
Yeah, but I shoot a video. It's just also the timing. I figure like these days, I put myself in a lot of situations, a lot of opportunities to try and do work. Okay. So you never really find time.
I see.
To even cut your nails. So what time are you going to shoot a video? So but I will shoot a video. It's in the works. I've already got the concept down. Hopefully before the year ends, we can drop it. So I'm working on that. But Papa Tele, you guys know what it's about. You nice girl in the club. You're getting a come through. Let me hold you. Let's go. So that's it's just a fun song, really.
Very interesting.
And I had a really good time recording it.
Very interesting. Is it a single from an upcoming project?
Nah, I just want to drop a single. You know, when you drop an album, a lot of good songs get lost in the project. I don't know why. And I even saw a post by Chris Brown. If you look on his Instagram, he said his next album is over 40 songs. And I didn't like that he used to drop albums over 50 songs, 40 songs. You know, and then a lot of good music gets lost there, because then people go listen to that one that they like, then they'll find another one they like, then after that they'll leave the project because there's so many other songs that are out. So I feel like if you drop a single, people can vibe to that. But I think I want to drop an EP because it's smaller. So maybe 6 songs or whatever, so I'll just do an EP.
Activate this Powder Prince and EP coming very soon.
For sure.
Powder is already up and running. I can't tell more. That's very...
No, I've still got some songs I'm working on. I just made a piano beat with Ushlam. That was last week.
Oh, you're opening on pianos now?
Yeah, and I called Robot before he went to Spain. Robot Boy, a friend of mine, said, hey, I've got a beat. He said, no, this work. So hopefully he's gonna deliver. Don't want to promise people say soon, but we're working on it.
But what do you think about my piano though? What's up? Is it something you really want to look into, or you just trying to?
I feel like if you're an artist, you can really work on anything. It just depends. I want to see how it will sound also. Because I think everything is an experience. You will never know until you try. And a lot of people talk themselves out of stuff because but to me, I always challenge myself to try something. So the fact that I sing these other songs while I'm emceeing, so I feel like I can make my own and see how I
saw you speaking a bit of how you came to love R&B. I just sorry for taking you back a bit. You see, in Namibia per se, R&B is not really
big genre.
It's not
the big genre like that the masses tend to go to concerts for. I just want to find out, how do you manage to still maintain that line of operation to say, no, I'm an R&B artist and this is what I'm going to be, and you still do good about it?
I think a lot of artists get disappointed when they start doing music because you want to be a star, you want to make a hit song. I don't know which one I listened to. There's an interview I heard where artists say, don't go in the studio and say, I'm going to make a hit. Because then if it doesn't make a hit, then what are you going to do? You're going to become depressed. Go in the studio and make what you like. If people resonate with what you made, then it becomes a hit. But for me, I'm not a hit making business. I make what I like. And for the small sample size of people that still like that music, because a lot of people say, hey, at least it's something different.
Yeah.
Because if we all do the same genre, then, you know, we're neglecting the others. And I'm thankful enough that my music just doesn't play here. If I look at my listening stats, it's US, UK, you know, I got like listening stats from all over the world. Yeah, so the fact that I can reach somebody who actually resonates with my art is more important to me than hang out in the same circles. If you don't vibe with the other person, you're not even going to try. But I feel like if we did that, then I think we'd push it to the next level. I would like to see bigger artists as well putting other artists on.
Yeah.
You know, the likes of Gaza, GD, and everything. But they do try. You know, shout out to the artists who find time. And only when you get as busy as them, you realize why sometimes it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
A lot of people go to DM say, I need a song, and they're like, yo, you're looking at the schedule, you're like, I can't even record my own song. So I don't want to promise to put it on, but I feel like if people find the time, create art, put Namibia on the map, it can be something amazing. And not just in music. I feel like even in television, we need more content on that. You know, if anything, clothing, we need more brands collaborating with, you know, these smaller guys who got big ideas, but they can't get it out there.
Exactly.
The corporates can also come on board and help the young people, you know, elevate. It's going to change what the landscape of Namibian entertainment and fashion and arts is. And arts, I always say that it's a very important field because it's a lot of it's not numbers, you know. Numbers, you're an accountant, just 2 + 2 is 4. But art is something that comes from inside. You create it yourself. It's something that is born from in you, and you're expressing yourself. It's a very important industry. So the more that young people are inspired to create more art, and the more that the world is going to see what, you know, you're feeling and what you're trying to make. Yeah, so shout out to people like Louis Manana as well, who was just on Netflix. Shout out everybody who work in Maria, always does movies in Nigeria.
Wow.
You know, she's always on that, even Delish as well. So but I feel like we need the young people as well who were not really known to also step to the fore. But like I said in the beginning, you have to know what you like. Don't force it though, because people want to force now and say, I want to do that. But it's just not you. It's just not you. So find what you are. You know, work on that, collaborate, listen to people, correct if you got a mistake, you know. Take criticism. I mean, I've noticed people don't like criticism.
People don't like it. That's one thing.
And that's why I don't like people sending me music, because if I give you a criticism, people say I'm a hater. Sometimes we've heard a lot of songs, we've seen a lot of things, and we're just trying to take you in the right direction. But some people don't want to hear that. Because in your mind, in the studio, you're like, I made a banger.
That's it.
But maybe it's not mastered properly. Maybe something is off. Maybe correct these keys. You know, so I think if we start listening to people changing things, moving in the right direction, definitely going to change.
You know, we actually had Franklin a few days back, and then he actually said that we have too many talented musicians, presenters, poets, but the thing is they don't have the means to put their content out there. So he said that we actually need more PR and all that. And so I see that I just thought about it and I saw that no, the reason why most of these youngins aren't really out there is because they're not trying to collaborate and just have a whole team out there.
Exactly.
And also, I think we don't have a lot of platforms, but shout out to people who are making their own platforms. I mean, they say if you can't give me a seat at the table, I'll make my own table. You know, everybody wants to wait to be on UNAM Radio. Why don't you start your own podcast like this? You know, get your own following. A lot of people want to do what other people are doing already. That's where the problem is. Now, that person's not going to get off now because that's the brand.
It's true.
You see, you're not going to come today, take the DJ that you found at the club off unless you are, I don't know. Houdini and magically talented, but I feel like sometimes you create your own opportunities. You just have to find a way. That's why I said there's no formula in this in entertainment. And I've seen it over the years. Some people make a song today, it's a hit immediately. Some people have been working 6, 7, 8 years, and then they're out. You know, some people it's TikTok. Like the Tambula guy, you know, my man was just, I don't know, young guy, he just made a video. Now all of a sudden there's a dance move that's being done in South Africa. But you can't wake up today and say, I'm going to do the same thing, and you can't. So there's no formula, but once you find it, it's going to happen. I don't know if you guys are spiritual as I am. I always say, even the Bible does say when the time is right, it will happen, you know, in Isaiah. And that's why you have to run your own race. Don't look at what others are doing. You have to just see when your time comes, it's your time. Even me, it's just that my time came. A lot of people just say, oh, yeah, I know you. Yeah, you just came out and you know, you're doing everything. No, I just feel like it was my time. It would have happened any other time. It was just that time.
There's also one thing that always plays the trick on people who always find their time. They don't maintain it. It's a situation where they're just out there, and all of a sudden, we see you around still doing the same old stuff. So what's up? What happens there?
I think I hit the mic. I'm trying to take a short video. So.
Oh, right. What happens there? Like, what exactly is that? Why do people make it out to reach a certain level and all of a sudden they diminish, like back down to the ground?
I think, like, for me, what I would say, obviously, is that consistency is key. I always tell people consistency is key. You have to keep working. Even when you don't see results, you have to keep working. When you don't see results, you have to, and it's like I said, it's very tough. Whatever industry you're in, even in a relationship, I say this, you have to keep working even when it's tough. Yeah, that's what they say about love as well. Love is when it's also not going right. You know, you want to love somebody when it's good, when they buy you flowers, but what about when the time when they disrespect you? Are you going to forgive them and move on? You know, it's the same thing with work. What happens when you don't see the result? Are you going to stop? Oh, no, I didn't see the results, so let me just leave it and start something new. And a lot of people do that. Even when I was at UNAM, a lot of people started a course and left it, started another one and left it. You end up being at UNAM for 10 years. 10 years. But that's because you didn't want to finish what you started. So when you stick to something and that's the plan, that is the plan. You have to stick to that plan. Yes. You know, that's my thought on it. So a lot of people do fall off because, man, you lose motivation on that. Now you don't want to do what you used to do, and you don't want to push to new boundaries. Even when I was at UNAM Radio, this was not the mixer. It's not the mixer that was here. See, they changed up. They didn't stop. They're still investing in what's going on here. You know, so that's nice. So you always have to. Oh, that's the one that was here.
He's one of those OG, man.
That one right there. I used to use that one. You see, so things change. They say, oh no, you know, what if they gave up on this and closed it? You guys were not going to have a platform to also become the next thing. So you have to keep working even when you don't really see that this is what's going on. You have to focus on your plan, see what your goal is, and say, this is what I'm going to do. And even when it's not working, I'm still going to persevere. Perseverance is key. You know?
Just to add on what I said, I watched an interview with Robert Boy a few days back. I think it was Sneaker's interview, whereby Robert Boy said that most people follow because they don't build character. You might have the talent, but then you don't have the character. What if you blow up now? What will happen? Since you're not ready on what you're going to do. You didn't think about that. All you were doing is just putting the content out there. So characters will place it.
Activated talks with your Paul the Prince in here. I hope you're getting activated because I am extremely getting activated. Paul, man, I don't know if I can have enough of you right here in the studio. I mean, in terms of information.
Well, my barber gonna call me again.
Just a quick one though. Film industry, man. I don't know if I don't know if I'm in the dark, but I remember seeing Jericho in one of a film called Katutura back in the days. I think I've not seen so many artists involving themselves in that fraternity or that industry. What do you have to say about the film industry?
I think film takes a lot of investment. You want to create the right product that's going to penetrate the market. And then I think now if you're going to get into film, you have to look at going beyond Namibia. Because if you think about it, if you drop a film now, there's not too many places that you're going to see it. Maybe unless we put it in the cinema, you know, or at least, so if you look internationally, if you were to put your product on platforms like DSTV, Netflix, but they require certain standards. You see, so that requires investment also, because making film and series and all the stuff. Because I've been blessed to work on both sides. Wow, takes a lot of money and a big team to pull off what you need to do. Even when you see a movie at the end, you see the credits. You have to stay there 5 minutes. If Americans take like 1 year and a crew of 100 people to shoot one movie. I don't say we need 100 people, but if you have to create a good product, you see that it requires collaboration, but those people need to be paid. I'm not going to get 50 students from UNAM and say, let's go make a movie. It takes more work, but if you got the right professionals who've got the skills and say, look guys, we've got this project, we want to make the best product out there, write the best script, have the best gear, and, you know, just make sure, you know, and you need passionate people for film. Because and it's like a domino. If the makeup person is late, you can't shoot because you need makeup for film. And then the sound guy is not here now. What are we going to do now? We have to wait. So you need consistent people who say when call time is 5 a.m.
Dedication.
They're there at 4.
You need that.
Call time is 6 o'clock. They're there maybe even at 5. They're already ready. So you need people who are ready, who are on time, who are just as passionate as you are about your project. And then it's going to happen. So we need more of that. And I just feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people right now, I'm not really inspired to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
So you want to do Forex, you want to do quick stuff, you want to do...
People are more concerned.
What are these things about invest 100, you get 300 tomorrow? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what people want to do now.
Exactly.
You know, nobody want to make a product that's going to last a lifetime and say this is still going to pay me even after, you know what I mean? And that's what art can do. Because once you commission your product to Netflix, it's still going to pay you in the millions, maybe even, depending on what the budget is. You go to DSTV and put them, give them, this is the price because it took this much to make, so we're selling for this much because we need to make a profit. Yeah. You know, so it depends on how much work is. And that's why if you're not willing to put in the time and the work, the effort, you're not going to get results. You always want to get that, put 1,000, you get 5,000 tomorrow. I don't even do none of that myself. As soon as I see that, I know what it is. See, Bobby, do you put some money in there? My man shaking his. You put some money in there. Did you put a 500 in there? Oh, okay. Don't do it if you watch it. That's a shame for those guys who are taking people's money, you know what I mean? And young people, I see a lot of young people, they got these bills and they got a baby and they got a wife, you wanna make this money fat. Yeah.
I think people are more concerned with the result nowadays.
Yeah.
They don't enjoy the process.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to get the journey, man. You see the
exactly.
And then you also want to get there.
You want the money now, my man.
Yeah. That's
and the funny thing is, even when they get the money, they're going to drink it or something. They're going to invest, or you're going to buy some Nikes to impress Jessica. Come on, man. Yeah.
Maybe some final words just to give to, let's say, because, you know, podcast, this is why we mostly look at the Namibian youth. So maybe just some few words to students. Let's say when they get to their non-tuition fees that come straight to their pocket. What do you have to say? Because you find students or kids that really just mess that amount up. Like,
it's gone. Yeah, you remember that money. And I was not fortunate enough to get it. I was not on bursary or whatever it's called. I never used to do that. But I used to see what happens when people get the money.
Yeah.
That's when they buy the new clothes and take people out. All of a sudden, take away for 1 month.
Yeah. They never took out nobody. Yo, let me take you out for dinner or something.
Hey, and I know there's a thing of, you must enjoy your life now. The time you have.
Yeah.
Life is short. But life actually is, look at me, I'm here now. I was here a couple of years ago. And through the way, there's a time you gotta remember the money you actually blew on things that they actually sold back into you. So I always say we are in a fortunate position now compared to the people who were before us maybe 30 years ago, in that there's a lot of access to information. And information is a lot. There's a lot of platforms. You can open an investment account, put the money in there, let it grow, let it double up, find something to do, start a business. I don't know what you're doing. People are selling these things. Do that, invest in that, but let the money come back. Any money that you get, make sure at least you're getting money back. Because that money, they're not going to give you a bursary forever. Refund is only at the time you're in campus. So after that, if you're thinking long term and say, hey, but when I leave campus, I want to start that business of, making shirts or, I don't know, selling this drink. But how are you going to start it? It's that same money. It's the small money that you have now that's going to become big money. But you won't have, people they think that when you finish, someone's going to give you capital. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I can call people right now and say, I don't have bread. Some people are not going to send me money. I'll tell you that much. But if you sow in yourself, and because at the end of the day, you only have yourself. Your parents are giving you the push now, or your uncle, or whoever is taking you through school, they're giving you the push now, but they'll let you go as soon as you're done. You say, I did my part. But you can do, because when I was here, I was actually working at marketing as well. So the marketing department in the corner there.
Communications.
I used to get paid. And I remember I called my dad. And I told him, it's fine, don't send me the monthly money you send. And he was surprised. I'm like, no, that's because I got a job. I was like, oh, cool. But see, I'm helping them out, lessen the load. So you always have to see that people who are good to you are good to them, but also think about how you can change that 1,000 into 3 without that thing we spoke about earlier. You can invest in different things. People are doing stocks, people are doing, so you can do a lot of things. You can do bonds, but like I said, the information is a lot. But I think it's who you hang out with.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Some of us, not some of us, but most of us come from houses where they don't even teach us about money.
Yeah.
I think parents should also really just
Yeah.
put in more effort to be teaching us about
money.
Maybe a student that never owned the 17,000
and you get it. I know exactly.
doing?
That's why most people watching this like, yeah, but you don't know how it is. I come in, there's nothing in my house, so I need to when I get that money, I gotta make sure everything is right at home. But yeah, it's gonna be right at that time. But if you budget, that's why I think a lot of people don't budget. I mean, I would ask a lot of people right now, say, when have you actually made a budget? And I'm thankful I live alone because then taught me how to budget and not just when you get this money, hey, you know what I mean? They're going to see me now today. I'll be at the cash buying 6 bottles. No, no. No, I won't. You know what I mean? I'll be putting down, say, what are the needs and what are the priorities I need to get off the line. First, is that car that I needed to fix so that it can be running. I'm going to service it. Okay, next month, I need to pay Wi-Fi for the next 3 months, so I'm going to put this aside so that that's fine, sort it out. Oh, I'm still outstanding on these fees. Okay, let me sort out my debt first. Then when you're done with all that, you're supposed to see what's left. You put out some for entertainment because you need entertainment.
Believe that.
You know, people lie to you and say, no, we don't do anything, just read a book. You need entertainment as a person. You're wired into that. It's fun. Is very important. So you put that aside. Then you say, okay, now this is what I'm to invest into my business. I want to start. And fun fact, just to give people a tip, there's a website called Fiverr. That's FIVER.com.
FIVERR.
Yeah, FIVER, Fiverr. Now they say it's called Fiverr because all the services, most of them start from $5.
Okay.
So if you're a graphic designer, you know how to write scripts, you know how to make a spreadsheet, you can actually make money on that.
Damn,
There's Fiverr, it's Upwork for freelancers. So even now when you're in school or even when you're at home and you got a skill, you know how to make graphics and you know whatever, you know how to do all these things, there's a skill for you there. People are making beats, I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying, information is online. I've used Fiverr a couple of times. It's just, you need a good internet connection because you're going to have international clients. They pay in US dollars, so.
How much is the lowest subscription?
You don't subscribe, it's free.
What?
As a creator, yeah.
Oh.
You don't subscribe, it's free. It's
some kind of the same as Canva.
No, and now Fiverr is like a marketplace.
Oh. Yeah.
So if you go on Fiverr and you search, like I made my Papa Tele post on Fiverr.
Oh, wow.
Because I knew that if I had somebody here, they're not going to send it on time. If that guy tells you 2 days, it comes in 2 days on Fiverr.
Wow.
Whoever he is, I don't know if he's in Bangladesh or the guy was in the US. I don't even know the guy. You just tell him what you want. I don't know if he's there. And I introduced my friend to it. He also made a lyric video on that. So there's different creators on that. You can be one of those creators because people just search and your work comes up and you build a portfolio. So, just think
so on
outside
Fiverr, you can also pay people to make you products.
Absolutely, that's what it is.
Oh.
Fiverr is a marketplace.
It's a marketplace. Just an exchange of situations.
Yeah.
Right there.
So you talk to clients dollars or so for mine, which is also not a lot. It's less than 1,000.
That's nice.
Now, that was, of course, that is supporting international creators, but we can be part of those creators that are on. I feel like there are a lot of talented people here, but they don't know where to take their work. They're waiting for a bank vendor or an F&B or somebody to call them to come in. But before you get there, you have to build a portfolio. And you can do that with websites like Fiverr and Upwork. And there's a lot. You go online and see freelance services. So if you got the skill,
believe that.
Try and see how you can. Yeah, don't wait. Like I said, make your own platform. People want to be hired. I'm looking for a job. I do graphics. You actually are the job. People are looking for people like you online every day. Yeah. I do spreadsheets. I can do whatever. So you can check all these things online. Yeah. So
one thing my supervisor told me is that you always don't need to get educated to get a job.
Yeah.
You get educated to open your mind to figure something out.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's a situation where you just need to read between the lines and figure out which direction you're headed to.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, Activators Paul the Prince. Today we've had him.
I usually see you in the cage. Are you an in-house MC?
Yeah, and a DJ, yeah.
Oh, in-house MC and a DJ.
Yeah.
And how about the event organizing team? Are you also part of it?
Yeah, we discuss it in the group. We got a group where we talk about what we want to do and stuff. So yeah, I'm part of the entertainment.
I actually just want to find out why does the cage or why do you guys always book the same?
Do we book the same artist?
From the same, in alignment of same. I mean, I've been seeing too many artists. The same faces, same faces.
Like which
only one face once in a while.
Like you're talking about the international ones, like South African ones?
No, not international, but the local ones. I'm talking about the big ones.
Oh, like DJ Schools and stuff.
Yeah, the schools that why not get an up and coming artist to be on stage?
Okay, now I don't know what the motive is.
Not known, they say.
Yeah, that's a little difficult. I don't know. I think maybe the bosses with a certain model or certain, because I think the Cats has been built as a premium brand. So I'm not speaking for him. Obviously, disclaimer in case anybody's thinking I'm speaking on behalf of the Cats. I just see like in the direction that they go, it's a different vibe. They do give a platform. There's a lot of we had. What show did we have like 2 weeks ago? A guy I've never heard of before. I think his name was Captain. I can't remember the name now. Yeah, they do perform. They probably just not on the poster. But they do open, yeah. So yeah, they probably just not on the poster. But in order for you to attract and put the people who've been putting in work, like I said, shout out DJ Spools that they got the numbers. Obviously you got his fags. Then you bring Rumba Peach and you bring Musa Keys. Because you don't see these guys every day.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so you put them on. You charge a premium for the ticket and you have a good time, but there's always local, even the DJs, not all the DJs are big names there. It's not all the time. I see it, even today, if I see today's posted, it's probably somebody I've never heard of before. Yesterday, there's a guy called Johnny, that was my first time hearing him play. The other week, it was somebody else. So we always do put these different people that are...
I actually just want to find out if you guys book up and coming artists, because I want you to tell them the pros of being on that stage, because that's one of the biggest stages.
Yeah, I don't think the guy would want me to give out his number now, but maybe you can send him a DM. But it's hard. It's because sometimes some people, like I said, it starts from the work that you made. If it's not of standard, the people are not going to put you on, and then you'll be saying they don't put you on. But you have to make sure the work that you make is quality. So when people put you on, you don't disappoint them. And when growing up, I always just be told, don't disappoint the people that believe in you. Because that's an insult to them. You know what I mean? Because then they believe you and put you on the stage, but then you hear your song is not properly mastered, or it's very explicit, or you've got no stage presence. So did you work on yourself enough to get on the stage? Also, because then there's an audience that's used to.
Once you're on that stage,
you're on the same stage as Kimby, whatever, Kabza or Danny Wonga. Now you also gotta get up to that standard and say, I'm putting my best foot forward. You see, so a lot of people get angry, say, I'm not putting out, but have you worked on yourself in the beginning? I started here, I've got a picture, I'll show you a picture. I was performing at Miss UNAM.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to do choreography as well. You build stage presence, you build character, you build all that. You're cooking in the back of so by the time anybody calls you to come and perform, even now you can call me tonight. Even now you can turn the camera on, I can do a show. But that's because you've been in the background, you've been working on the smaller stages, you're there. So you've been working for free and you've been doing that, but by the time it's time for you to get paid, nobody's gonna doubt it when they say we have to pay that guy.
Yeah.
Because you've shown consistently that, you show up and you put your best work out. So I would say if you're an upcoming artist, it's not that nobody wants to put you on, but ask yourself, have you been to that place, your sister's wedding, your friend's birthday? Did you ask to go perform at NAST in front of students that actually know you? Then you're building the presence. Did people actually listen to your song and critique it enough and say, hey, that's a dope song actually, but the mastering, you need to, have you heard of that? Because I feel you need to make sure that you're some kind of a perfectionist to be actually dope in this industry. And I'm not saying have OCD, no, but like, you have to be some kind of perfectionist in your art for you to get to that next level. Because for me, I always sit down and think, how do the American artists always come up with a song and it's properly balanced, even if it's a new artist? Just think about even Nigeria, just look at Nigeria, even South Africa.
Exactly.
Just think about it. Yeah. But are the people here doing the same thing? Because then you want to be on the same stage. Those guys are going to hear your song. Yeah. Now, you know, they only say on Namibian artists, the guy who was on stage, he was drunk. My man even forgot the lyrics. They'll be talking about you like that. Yeah. You see that? So it's always, and one more thing before we go. I hang out with SK Koza, actor of the Queen.
Yes,
and we were having a live video, even just discussions in person, and I like what he said.
Yeah.
He said, every job you do is an audition. Your last job is your last audition. And how many people actually take it like that? Yeah. Every job you do, whether it's a song or you on radio right now or you went to act, it's your last audition. That's the reference that people are going to see and say, oh, you're not going to send him work from 2005. Yeah, I used to be dope. Yeah, you used to, but you see yourself yesterday.
Now,
Oh man, that's
you see that? Oh no, I used to. I was the man back in the day, but we used to. What about now? Did you see yourself, bro? You know what I mean? That's the thing.
Why did you
Your
tell
last
me?
job.
Yeah.
It's your last every job. So and that's why I think that's the mentality I have when I show up. It's your best foot forward. It doesn't matter. I could be having a bad day, but I'm still gonna play the best music that night. There's days where I fought with people before, not like physically, but I mean like but you're not gonna know it when I go on the decks. You're still gonna hear a good set because that's your last audition. You know what I mean? That's when people are gonna trust that this guy's consistently putting in the work. You know what I mean?
The first time somebody new would be watching.
Exactly. That's why it's your last audition. You never know who's there. You know, they're like, hey, we need that guy who we heard the other day. Oh, we need those guys on that podcast, man. They speak so nice.
Exactly.
I saw the one episode. They're not gonna watch all your episodes. They're gonna see that one that you uploaded that day. The one that people are gonna share. You see. So everybody who's watching, you should take that because it's the truth. Especially if you're in the media, that is your last audition. I've not even seen my tapes back for what to go on, but I know I probably did my best work on every episode. I'm not trying to speak highly of myself, but I know that these days where it was a bad day, but I showed up and you still do it because you know that you want to keep the consistency. You want to associate you with a certain standard. Yeah.
We know about that show. Damn.
Yeah, so I've not been watching back, but I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking, I know I might be saying this or something like, I know, but you on that episode. Yeah, but I'm trying to think back and say, I want somebody to come and point at me and say, but that day. I'm not saying I didn't make mistakes. You made a mistake, but it's how you bounce back from that. But how did you present yourself? How early were you? How confident were you when you're delivering your lines? How did you dress yourself up, man? How were you addressing people? You know, so that's why if you're going to be going to shows, don't be going there drunk. Don't, try to show that you're the man all the time. Work with people, make it easy for people to work with you also, because that's when they want to work with you again. Yeah, and don't always think you know everything. In life, there's always space to know something new. Yeah, like I said, hang out with the right people.
Really, the Seiko Matches Activated Talks, we have reached at the end of this podcast. Paul Prince would like to take this moment and say thank you so much for joining us in the studio today. This is UNAM Radio Station 97.
Thank you. Those old jingles, man. Thanks for the invite.
See you.